为什么男人啊逃不过夜场上班的那些女人的手掌心呢？
Why can't men escape the control of women who work in nightlife establishments? Ultimately, these women are born experts at attracting men, especially those working in bars, KTVs, and foot massage parlors. They hold an unbeatable advantage of timing, location, and social dynamics. First is the timing. Nighttime, especially late at night, is when emotions are most likely to run high and when people are most emotionally vulnerable. After 10 p.m., many people's rationality begins to take a back seat, replaced by emotions taking the lead. Men, tired from a day's work, go to nightlife venues to unwind and relax. With their guard down and stress relieved, they naturally become targets for these women. Next is the location. Women working in nightlife venues have a locational advantage, with an endless stream of potential targets entering their fishing ponds. Men willingly step into their world, and they pay to do so. In comparison, women with regular 9-to-5 jobs can't compete. They may be attractive in their workplace, but they lack the supportive environment and ambience that nightlife women enjoy. As for the men frequenting these venues, most are wealthy. Their annual incomes range from tens of thousands to millions of yuan, with many being business owners or executives. Meanwhile, ordinary working men neither have the money nor the time for such places. Exhausted from working all day, they go straight to bed at night and have no energy for these social activities. High-quality men, therefore, become an easy catch for women in nightlife. These women also undergo professional training to master the psychology of men. For instance, when men transfer money to them, they know how to accept it gracefully and even make the men feel the women are special. They might say something like, "Oh, I feel bad taking your money. You work hard for it too, and I can rely on my own hands to earn a living." Such words instantly make men feel good, thinking these women are inspirational and have depth. Add to this their physical appeal, such as tall figures, alluring fragrances, black stockings and long legs, and the click of high heels on the floor. Combined with dim lighting and suggestive body language, men quickly lose control of their emotions. The feeling of love can be so simple sometimes. A single sentence or a small gesture can make men addicted. These women's greatest skill lies in using push and pull tactics to trap men in a state of wanting yet feeling it's hard to fully attain them. The more they desire, the more they feel restless and unable to extricate themselves. Nightlife women are also masters of the art of playing hard to get. They make men feel like they might have a chance, but at the same time, they don't. This contradiction creates an irresistible allure. So, why do men keep flocking to nightlife venues? The reason lies in these women's deep understanding of men's psychology, combined with their advantageous environment and personal appeal, which makes capturing a man's heart effortless for them.
跟夜场女孩啊，千万别谈什么爱情，这些女人呢，只有利益，没有真情。
Dating nightclub girls is an extremely dangerous endeavor because, in their world, emotions are often replaced by interests, and genuine feelings are almost non-existent. The gentleness, thoughtfulness, understanding, and even the kind of delicate care that touches people's hearts they exhibit in nightclubs are, in fact, all pretense. These are deliberately crafted illusions designed to achieve certain goals. Such behavior is essentially a professional skill aimed solely at lowering your guard so that you'll open your wallet. Do not easily believe the sweet words these girls say to you, because those so-called emotions are not real feelings but transactions built around your financial situation. If your wallet is thick, the relationship between you may last, but once your financial situation declines, those feelings will vanish without mercy. If you naively want to develop a genuine relationship with these girls, or even consider marriage, you are undoubtedly asking for trouble. You must understand that these girls interact with all sorts of men every day. They are highly skilled at reading people's minds and know exactly how to tailor their words and actions to cater to different men's preferences. Having encountered countless men, they have mastered the art of romance. For an ordinary man, it is hard not to fall for them, let alone stay rational. However, such experiences also mean that their past and present are often complicated. Can you truly accept these realities? Ultimately, the tenderness and sweet words nightclub girls show you are nothing more than tools they use to pursue their own interests. Their target has never been you as a person but your wallet. No matter how well or considerate they appear, it is only to better extract financial benefits from you. Therefore, attempting to have a genuine relationship with a nightclub girl is destined to drag you into a quagmire from which you cannot escape. Stay clear-headed and recognize the truth to avoid unnecessary pain and loss.
在夜场待过的女孩子啊，能不能做老婆？
Can girls who work in nightlife venues become suitable wives? Let me share a true story, something that happened around me. There was once a security guard at our company who married a girl who used to work in a nightlife venue. The two of them divorced in less than half a year after getting married. They separated very quickly. This is not an isolated case but rather a pattern. We can observe that in such families, 8 or 9 out of 10 couples eventually end up divorcing. As for the remaining 1 or 2 couples, they either live in discord or barely scrape by, maintaining their marriage on the surface but living unhappily in reality. Why does this happen? The reasons are actually not complicated. Girls who work in nightlife venues are exposed to all kinds of men daily and get accustomed to a flashy lifestyle. Their living conditions often do not match their identity or age, and this long-term lifestyle gradually changes their mindset. They become more accustomed to pursuing the pleasure of getting something for nothing and are less willing to work hard for the things they desire. Over time, this mindset distorts their values. They start to have increasingly high demands on men, are no longer satisfied with an ordinary life, and find it difficult to accept a mundane relationship or partner. Of course, we must also acknowledge that there are indeed some girls who can maintain their integrity and remain untouched by their surroundings even in such environments. However, such individuals are extremely rare, almost like finding a needle in a haystack. For most girls, if they have other options, it is best not to enter the nightlife industry. This is not simply a matter of personal character, but the subtle and pervasive influence of the environment. After all, as the saying goes, you can't walk by the river without getting your feet wet. When someone spends a long time in such a complex environment, it is hard not to be affected. Therefore, for those considering whether to marry a girl from a nightlife venue, it is crucial to think carefully, thoroughly understand the other person's past and current situation, and assess whether she is genuinely suitable for a long-term marital relationship with you. Marriage is a lifelong commitment, and acting rashly will only lead to endless regret.
很多兄弟问我啊，就是和夜场漂亮的辅助谈恋爱是一种什么样的体验？
Many brothers often ask me this question. What is it like to date those beautiful girls who work in nightclubs? To be honest, this experience can be described as full of excitement and enjoyment. First of all, she can satisfy your multiple sensory needs. Whether it's taking her out shopping, attending parties, or having meals together, her looks and temperament make you feel very proud. At the same time, she can also bring you another kind of pleasure, such as the youthful and vibrant feeling. Her young appearance and energetic state will captivate you deeply, even making you feel like you've returned to her age group and become full of vitality. During your time together, you might start to care more about your appearance, proactively going to the gym, or taking care of your body, because you want to match her. She can even make you reevaluate yourself, feeling not only successful in your career, but also possessing unique personal charm. More importantly, she can bring a moment of peace and solace to your weary, world-weary heart. This feeling is like a long drought meeting a sweet rain, short-lived but incredibly precious. However, the feelings brought by the nightclub are not smooth sailing. To put it bluntly, some emotions are just meant to be experienced in life. You know in your heart that there's little chance of a future with her, but you still tell yourself that having it once is enough. Yet, the biggest challenge is still the issue of trust. You may often wonder, will she meet someone more handsome and younger at work? If she has clients who are more successful and wealthier than you, will she be tempted? When she doesn't reply to your messages in time, you can't help but overthink. Is she entertaining other men? Likewise, she will also doubt you. She might worry if you are still living a life of indulgence like before, and she might fear that tonight you'll easily win another woman's heart with your sweet words. If even a tiny crack of distrust appears between the two of you, these doubts will spread like poison, corroding your relationship. She might ask herself, do you truly like her for who she is, or do you just like her youth and beauty? And you might question yourself, is this relationship born out of love or desire? You might want to persuade her to leave the nightclub and start an ordinary life, but you will quickly find that she has almost no other skills besides working in nightclubs. This reality gap leaves you feeling helpless. Although she earns a lot, her expenses are even higher. So, the experience of this relationship is one mixed with joy and pain. Every time you think about parting ways, you will feel reluctant to let go of her beauty, her figure, and the unforgettable passion and happiness she brings. In summary, dating a nightclub girl is a unique feeling. While it can bring you temporary happiness and satisfaction, if you take it too seriously, you are very likely to get hurt.
成都夜店的小姐姐退休以后都跑去干嘛了？
What kind of jobs do nightclub girls transition to after retirement as they age? These once fairy-like ladies used to live a nocturnal lifestyle for years. However, very few of them truly made big money or successfully elevated their social class through nightlife work. In other words, out of 100 people, at most only 1 or 2 might achieve a real class leap. This group of ladies has long been accustomed to relying on their looks and social skills, earning tens of thousands of yuan monthly with ease, without needing any practical skills. Imagine suddenly asking them to start anew, enter a completely different industry, learn and accumulate experience from scratch, or take up an ordinary job with a monthly salary of just a few thousand yuan. Such a drastic transition would be hard for them to accept because, in their eyes, these options seem both inefficient and exhausting. Many would rather lie flat at home, doing nothing, than attempt jobs requiring skill accumulation. This is because most of them lack notable strengths and often aim high while accomplishing little. Choosing simple yet highly rewarding paths has become their norm. So, what do they mostly transition to? Those with slightly better abilities might enter the medical aesthetics industry as beauticians, become sales assistants at luxury brand stores, or even venture into e-commerce. These are relatively feasible paths. However, more often, they prefer to stick to familiar routines and environments, transitioning into some gray area professions, such as becoming livestream hosts or directly seeking sponsorship as mistresses. After all, these roles have low entry barriers, align with their previous work experience, and can be considered professional alignment or even self-taught mastery. A portion of them may choose to return to their hometowns and settle down with a nice guy willing to take over. Others move from one city to another, trying to start afresh. But the commonality among these choices is that they tend to avoid entering conventional professions that require skills and patience to accumulate. Speaking of which, many men may have a question. Why do nightclub girls make so many men so infatuated? The truth is, their professional skills far exceed what ordinary people imagine. Let's break it down with numbers. If a nightclub girl works 25 shifts a month and takes 5 days off, she works about 300 days a year, even allowing a month for rest or travel. This means she interacts with at least 275 different clients annually. If she works in the nightlife industry for 5 years, that equates to meeting at least 1,375 male clients. It's easy to imagine that these girls have become highly proficient in understanding men, to the point where no little tricks of a man can escape their notice. In contrast, many men might have seriously dated fewer than 15 women from college until now, which is a fraction of the number of men nightclub girls encounter. For these girls, handling an average man is a piece of cake. They are well versed in various male tactics, deeply understand their psychology, and can even manipulate them effortlessly. So, for those brothers harboring fantasies about nightclub girls, it's better to stay rational. These women are not only seasoned veterans, who have seen it all, but have also accumulated rich experience in their specific field. In short, brothers, remember to keep a certain distance and level of rationality when dealing with nightclub girls. Don't entertain unrealistic ideas, or you'll only end up suffering.
我现在啊很好奇，就是咱们邢台男生们
Recently, I suddenly became very curious. Guys, if you met a girl who used to work at a nightclub but now wants to settle down and marry a reliable man, would you mind her past? We all know that girls who work in nightclubs are usually very attractive, with great figures, and they are particularly skilled at interacting with men. After all, their professional skills are just that, knowing how to win over men easily, right? Last week, a girl born in 1995 came to our matchmaking agency. She had worked at a nightclub for several years. Later, perhaps feeling that kind of life was no longer suitable for her, she decided to settle down and find a more relaxed job. She has been in a few relationships, but unfortunately, none of them led to marriage. She said herself that maybe she just hasn't had good luck lately. Now she hopes to settle in Qingtai and live a stable life. This girl owns her own car and house. Her ideal partner is a man with at least a bachelor's degree, a stable job, and ambition. Most importantly, she hopes he doesn't mind her past. She also mentioned that now that she is older, she really wants to get married and have children as soon as possible and doesn't want to waste any more time. So here's the question. Do you think a girl like this can find a reliable man who meets her standards? How do you view her past? Would you not care at all, or would you have some reservations? Oh, by the way, one last detail about this girl's conditions. After the new year, she will turn 30. She is 1.74 meters tall and very beautiful, but her education is only at the junior high school level. If there are any men who don't mind her past, please contact me.
Who do the beautiful women in nightclubs eventually marry? Most beautiful women working in nightclubs often end up marrying honest men with a monthly income of 20,000 to 30,000 yuan. However, they merely marry these honest men but never truly belong to them. Choosing honest men is simply to secure their financial support and wealth. After having children, their hearts are no longer with these honest men. Some of them, in fact, already belong to other men even before having children. In reality, the only ones who can truly settle these women are high-quality men with a monthly income of over 100,000 yuan. But the problem is that such high-quality men are either already married or have no interest in women from nightclubs. At most, they approach these women with a playful attitude and never take them seriously. Furthermore, ordinary men are best advised not to marry women from nightclubs because beautiful women have never been a resource for ordinary people. Even if she chooses you for some reason, it is out of necessity and a last resort after weighing her options. Once the novelty wears off, or she meets a man who satisfies her more, she will not hesitate to abandon you. So brothers, remember this. Nightclub beauties are like gold. They shine wherever they are placed. Even if they are not actively seeking other men, there will always be a crowd of men around them, giving them eager attention. In such a scenario, most nightclub beauties find it hard to completely settle down. Deep inside, they often harbor some restless thoughts. When their husbands or boyfriends fail to meet their needs, they will gradually develop contempt for them, feeling aggrieved and thinking that their lives are too stifling. Slowly, they will turn their attention to the outside world, seeking new excitement and satisfaction, sometimes even secretly cheating on their partners. Brothers, if you have neither money nor power, it is best to stay away from beautiful nightclub women. Do you agree with my views? Feel free to leave your comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means so much to us, and we will continue bringing you even better content. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.